Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So apparently, Obama did spy on Donald Trump. What's the saying? Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean necessarily that nobody is actually spying on you. This is HuffPost. It looks like Obama did spy on Trump, just as he apparently did to me. Now, here's the thing. When this first came out, this was maybe 6 or 7 months ago when Trump said it, and everybody was like bashing Trump for saying, "How dare you say Obama spied at you? How dare you say the first black president spied at you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? Boo on you. Boo on you." Donald Trump may be a reality show host. He may be a carnival barker. He may be somebody who can make stuff up on a whim. Have the largest crowds in the history of crowds. He can lie through his teeth. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's wrong on everything. Now, here's the catch. Obama was spying on everybody in the United States. The CIA is spying on everybody on the entire planet, or the NSA, I should say. The CIA did build an NSA inside of his ranks and use it to spy and attack other nations around the globe. That did take place. This is coming out months and months and months after. I guess you can have this kind of little amount of redemption for Trump in this case, because they kind of piled on him when he said it. Apparently he was right. Many in the media are diving deeply into minutiae in order to discredit any notion that President Trump might have been onto something in March when he fired off a series of tweets claiming President Obama had tapped wires in Trump Towers just before the election. According to media reports this week, the FBI indeed wiretapped the former head of Trump's campaign, Paul Manafort, both before and after Trump was elected. If Trump official or Trump himself communicated with Manafort during the wiretaps, then he would have been recorded too. But we're missing a bigger story. If these reports are accurate, it means U.S. intelligence agencies secretly surveilled at least half a dozen of Trump's associates, and those were just about the ones we know. Besides Manafort, the officials include Trump's advisors Carter Page and Michael Flynn. Last week, we discovered multiple Trump transition officials who were incidentally captured during government surveillance of a foreign official. We know this because former Obama advisor Susan Rice reportedly admitted it. Try that one more time. We know this because former advisor Susan Rice admitted unmasking or asking to know the identities of these officials. Spying on U.S. citizens is considered so sensitive that names are supposed to be hidden or masked, even inside the government, to protect their privacy. Now here's the catch. When you hear CIA, I've heard Snowden talk about this. They can talk to a foreign official and they can say, "I would like this person to be unmasked," in the same way that Susan Rice did here. "I would like this person to be unmasked." Now, they would say that's perfectly okay. They would say we're doing it for official business. They would have one reason after the next that they gave. But at the end of the day, they're still looking at communications that people are having in this country. In this case, somebody who was running for the presidency of the United States. And the Obama administration was spying on them on the pretext of Russian involvement. Certainly, I don't care which side of the political spectrum you're on, that should feel a little, ugh. A person of the other party is spying on that the candidate that the person of one party is spying on the other party using the surveillance apparatus of the state. That's gross. I'm sorry, that's gross. I don't care your political party. That should make you feel a particular way, and you shouldn't necessarily just take automatically, "Oh, he's Obama, he was doing the right thing and had to do with Russia." That is insanity. The other party is not going to take that. If the same thing happened from the other party's standpoint, you would be screaming at the top of your lungs that something was going on and something didn't smell right. I'm saying it should go for both ways. There's no reason that the President of the United States, the President of one party, should be using the apparatus of state to spy on somebody else in the other party, unless you have a damn good reason to do so, and that evidence should be forthwith. It should be known. There's been no connection between Trump and Russia that has been displayed to anybody outside of intelligence services just saying, "Trust us." Is that if it's saying trust us? In May, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper and former Attorney General Sally Yates acknowledged they too reviewed communications of political figures secretly collected under President Obama. Weaponization of intel agencies, ? Nobody wants our intel agencies to be used like the Stasi in East Germany, the secret police spying on its own citizens for political purposes. The prospect of the NSA, CIA, and FBI becoming politically weaponized has been shrouded by untruths, accusations, and justifications. You recall D&I Clapper falsely assured Congress in 2013 that the NSA was not collecting any type of data at all on hundreds of millions of Americans. The intel agencies secretly monitored conversations of members of Congress while the Obama administration negotiated the Iran nuclear deal. Understand? That should make you feel some way. If you don't have something in your gut that feels off about this, then you're not understanding what's being said. The United States government was spying on members of Congress using our intelligence services. Now, there are going to be some people who are members of Congress who may not necessarily agree with the deal. Are those the people being monitored? It's monitoring Congress. Is it right for the President of the United States to monitor Congress using the instruments of the federal government? Understand that instruments of the federal government do not necessarily belong to a party. It is beyond party politics. It's almost like saying a bus versus the bus driver. The President of the United States is the driver of that bus. He himself is not the bus. He's using the apparatus of state. In this case, you can say he's using the bus itself to do something. I'm saying, should it be for the apparatus of government to spy on members of government that may be in other political parties? That should make you feel some kind of way. Being spied on in general, this mass surveillance thing that was illegal, should have made you feel some kind of way in the first place. But secondary, the idea that these intelligence agencies are literally looking at Congress is problematic. In 2014, the CIA got caught spying on Senate Intelligence Committee staffers through CIA. John Brennan has explicitly denied it. Essentially, he lied. There were also wiretaps on Congressman Dennis Kucinich in 2011 under Obama. The same thing happened under President George Bush to former Congresswoman Jane Harman. Journalists have been targeted too. This internal email exposed by WikiLeaks should give everyone the chills. It did to me. Dated September 21st, 2010, the global intelligence firm Stratfor wrote, John Brennan, the then Obama Homeland Security Advisor, is behind the witch hunts of investigative journalists learning information from inside Beltway sources. Note, this is specific tasker from the White House to go after anyone printing materials negative to the Obama agenda. Even the FBI is shocked. The Wonder Boys must be in meltdown mode. This is an internal memo that they were writing among themselves. Essentially, the Obama administration had somebody in the White House hunting down journalists who was putting out unfavorable news on the Obama administration. That should be bothersome. That should be terrifying. If that doesn't creep you out, that should creep you out. Why is the Obama administration attacking journalists? Why is he attacking journalists? The government subsequently got caught monitoring journalists at Fox News, the Associated Press, and as I alleged in the federal witch hunt, my computers while I worked as an investigative journalist at CBS News. Correspondent Charles Atkinson's computer was hacked by an unauthorized external unknown party on multiple occasions, confirming Atkinson's previous admission of the hacking. Then, as now, instead of getting the bigger story, some in the news media and the quasi-news media published false and misleading narratives pushed by government interests. The implied computer intrusions were the stuff of vivid imagination, convenient, dismissed forensic evidence from 3 independent examinations that did review, and seemed happy enough to let news of the government's alleged unlawful behavior fade away rather than get to the bottom of it. I'm not going to read the entire article. I'm just making the point that when Donald Trump said they were invading his computers or wiretapping him, apparently that was true. They were wiretapping him. They were wiretapping multiple people in that administration using the pretext of Russia to do so. And again, it wasn't just that. They were also attacking journalists in general. They were doing witch hunts for people who were actually looking for investigative news on the Obama administration. If that doesn't send a chill down your spine, you don't understand what's being said. So, the last thing, I guess the question that's being posed here is, do you want any particular party that's running the federal government to use the apparatus of government to spy on members of the other party at all? Do you want them attacking journalists to any degree? Donald Trump may be a reality show host, but he was right on that point. They were spying on him. So, I'll leave it at that. Alright guys, if you enjoy the content, feel free to share, write, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the work through Patreon. And by the way, when did the Democratic Party become the party of intelligence services? When did the Democratic Party become the party of the CIA and all this other stuff? This Russian hacking thing came out, and all of a sudden, all hell, the intelligence services that never do anything wrong, while at the same time preventing those exact same intelligence services that they have been deifying access to their servers. Integrity in politics. Talk about missing link between those two things. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thanks, guys.